Hot off the presses, it's episode 231. We're dropping this episode just after Ladder 213 was pushed into service. Lebanon Fire Chief Chuck Batts joins us to give us the backstory on why pushing a truck into service is significant. Chief Batts also recaps last week's groundbreaking of Station 213. He shares why the station was needed and how it will benefit our community in more ways than one. Episode 231 of the Love in Lebanon podcast starts now.
Welcome to the Love in Lebanon podcast, highlighting all the great things happening in Lebanon, Indiana. Have an idea for an episode? Send an email to loveinlebanon@lebanon.in.gov.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 231 of our Love in Lebanon podcast. Joe LePage here, the City of Lebanon Communications and Community Development Director. Now, we have 231 is the episode number, but we're talking 213 in a couple different varieties with Lebanon Fire Chief Chuck Batts joining us here for this episode. Chief, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure.
And we talked, this is an exciting time for the department in two different kind of versions and streams here that we're going to talk about here on this episode. Just this past week, guys, we did a groundbreaking near Menards and a new fire station's coming to town. You got to be excited about that. That's been a process for you guys.
We're very excited about the new fire station. We've been working on this project for about 7 years now, and finally we're breaking ground. It's a 2.5 bay station. It will house Ladder 213, our reserve Ladder 210, Squad 213, and Boone County EMS Medic 213.
So what's the significance here? Because people will say, we've got several fire stations already. Why do we need one on this side of town? What are the advantages here? And they are multifaceted here.
We use a deployment analysis. We try to have a 4-minute response time to all addresses within the city of Lebanon. And our deployment analysis points to the western side of Lebanon having that deficiency. And like I said previously, we've been working on this for about 7 years before people were familiar with the acronyms of the IEDC and LEAP. This is for the citizens of Lebanon to have more efficient response time for their fire and EMS services.
And people don't know maybe the logistics of that side of town, the west side of town, that there are bridges where, fire engines aren't going to be able to get through. It's going to be difficult to get around, and being able to, like you said, be able to respond in case of emergency, life-saving measures where every second counts, being able to get there quicker, potentially saving lives. This is a no-brainer.
Absolutely. We also look to the 11 miles of I-65 that we cover. This gives us southbound access to 65 to help create better response times to that area as well.
Accidents on I-65, you guys cover those? I don't...
Pretty much daily,
Yeah.
Our crews are out on 65 dealing with a wide variety of incidents, anything from motor vehicle accidents to medical emergencies.
Can you kind of put just an excitement level on this to be able to not only have this type of response time, but also just what it's going to mean for the citizens to know that there's public safety close by, especially on that west side of town where it is kind of in a desert, or so to speak, when it comes to public safety.
A couple of the residents of Prairie Heights and Hoosier Estates reached out to us, and they are very pleased knowing that they are going to have a fire station in their backyard, as well as immediate access to the Big Four Trail. We can see that it is very popular. There are cars out there every day, and there are accidents and medical emergencies that happen on the trail, and this gives us nearly instant access to those. So we're very excited about this opportunity to add another layer of protection and predictability to the city of Lebanon.
And this isn't your first rodeo on our podcast, and you've shared this before as well. But this also helps out, even if you're not a fan of public safety, you could be a fan of saving some money. And when it comes to lower rates for insurance, having you guys more close by is going to make it more affordable in the form of an ISO rating that you guys are pushing for, an improvement on that, and being able to kind of add a new fire station may just do that for our city and the department?
Yes, ISO stands for Insurance Services Office, and we are currently under reevaluation. We submitted all of our paperwork about 2 weeks ago. We are currently an ISO Protection Class 3. That puts us in the top 3.6% of cities in the United States. We're very proud of that protection class. ISO looks at 3 different areas: fire protection services, what can your fire department do? It looks at 911 communications and the water utility. And it takes those 3 elements, evaluates them, and then comes up with a protection class. We are currently after a protection class 2. That would just be an amazing feat for the city of Lebanon. And it does offer lower home insurance rates for our citizens.
And this is something that you and I mean, even before the podcast was a thing, this is something that you have been shooting for and been working towards for quite some time, trying to change up that ISO rating and being able to have that reflect positively on the city and the department too.
Absolutely. In the last 10 years, we've been able to move from a protection class 4 and 5 all the way down to a 3. It's something that we work towards all the time with our training levels, with our deployment analysis, our turnout times, the type of equipment that we have, our personnel, our training levels. All of that factors into the grading scale for a fire department.
Yeah. Chief, people may be seeing that the Center Township has a fire station and it'll be nearby Station 213, and they may say, why is another fire station needed there? Can you kind of lend some expertise there into why the 2 fire stations will exist in pretty close proximity?
The Center Township Fire Station takes care of businesses and the citizens in unincorporated Center Township that lies outside the municipal boundaries of Lebanon. Statutorily, it is our obligation to have apparatus and personnel ready to protect the citizens of Lebanon and those who travel through it. Center Township makes runs within the city of Lebanon. We have what's called automatic aid. We assist them with their emergency scenes. They assist us with emergency scenes, just like you will see Whitestown and Zionsville fire trucks in the city of Lebanon when we have a larger scale event, and we reciprocate that to all other departments, even outside the county. We've been up to Frankfort, to Brownsburg, to assist those agencies as well.
Everybody, we're talking with Lebanon Fire Chief Chuck Batts here on episode 231 of our Love in Lebanon podcast, talking about Station 213. And full transparency, everybody, I'm going to share some pictures of what I'm going to talk about next with Chief, and then going to have that as part of the graphics on the pods. You can see it in real time. We're going to talk about Ladder 213. And so this is being recorded before the actual, everyone's going to kind of push it into the fire station. Can you kind of talk about the addition of the new fire engine that's going to be there and Ladder 213 being added into the department?
So currently we do have a Ladder 213. It's stationed at Station 11 along with Engine 211 and Tanker 211 and Battalion 201. We recycle our fire trucks every 10 years. So our current Ladder 213 is aging out, and we are going to keep it and repurpose it as a reserve ladder. It will become Ladder 210. It will move along with the new ladder to Station 213. And you might notice we are using that 3-digit determination for our station. Currently, we have Station 11 and 12. In January of next year, all of our stations will now be identified with 3 digits. And that's going along with the other fire departments in the county, along with the donut counties as well.
So Station 11 becomes 211.
211 and
okay.
212 becomes Station 12 becomes Station 212.
Fantastic. And just the significance of being able to push a ladder truck and having it's obviously a ceremonial type thing. We're not really doing that. I mean, that's the crazy amount of pounds that we would need to be the strongest man in the world being able to help us out with that. Wouldn't even do anything. But the whole significance of it, having it be a community event, and them having a hand in it, pun intended, to be able to push this ladder truck into service?
Yeah, it's just very exciting. We're doing that tomorrow at 8 o'clock, at 8 a.m. at Station 11. We're inviting some retired firefighters and chiefs to come along, and the truck will get washed down, and then we will actually put it in neutral and physically push it into the station, and it will be ready for service. This has taken several months to get this truck ready to go, getting the equipment in place, and then all of our firefighters who drive the trucks had to complete 26 hours of training to be certified to drive this apparatus.
So there's a fair amount of sweat equity on their part to be able to even be able to use it.
Absolutely. Our current ladder truck is what we would call a stick. It does not have a platform at the end of the ladder. Our new ladder truck does. It could hold up to 3 firefighters, and it just adds another layer of safety, predictability, and access to our fire scenes, protection for our firefighters and the community.
What does it mean for the department? All the additions that are taking place. It seems like they're with all the trainings that are going on, the new firefighters being added. It seems like some things are changing. The department is growing. How does it make you feel as things are kind of, the team is getting larger but still that level of service is continuing?
The department continues to evolve with the number of businesses and community members being added to the city. I spoke earlier about Squad 213 will be put into Station 213. Our hope is in 3 years that we will be adding in an additional engine company to the city of Lebanon, putting us at 3 engines, 1 battalion, and 1 ladder. To do that, that would take a hiring class of 12 firefighters to put another apparatus in service.
And so, I mean, just the improvements of the department in general is pretty amazing to be able to have the level of service to take part in the trainings that you guys do, improving ISO, all those things. This is something that the fire department is something that the city of Lebanon can really hang its hat on.
We are continuing to evolve as a fire department. January 1 of 2026, we will be fully operational for trench rescue. Currently, anything at the technician level, we would have to call in a team from Hamilton County. We felt like the time was right to add this discipline to our fire department. We are currently rope rescue certified, and we had to use those skills this summer. We rescued a construction worker off the top of the new middle school when they were improving and doing the renovations there. So we are very excited to launch this new discipline and add it to our repertoire of training.
Man, if you guys, all that spare time that you guys have,
not a lot of spare time. Really, just what we ask of our firefighters, the level of training, commitment that they need to do to stay proficient. It's a very busy time at Lebanon Fire.
Just kind of any other updates for the department in general? It seems like there are a lot of things that are taking place. Some now the dominoes are starting to fall a little bit. Any more dominoes that are set up and a little bit further down the...
We currently have 2 firefighters in the Northside Fire Academy. They will be graduating in December and then will come on duty. And then we have 1 firefighter scheduled to start in January. This individual will be participating in the Pike Township Fire Academy. So our goal is by early summer next year, we will be fully staffed, and that will be very exciting.
And you seem pretty excited about that. Yes. Well, Chief, thanks for giving us a few minutes. Congratulations on the new ladder truck and the new station and new firefighters and all the new potential trainings. Hopefully give you some good luck with the ISO folks. If we need to put in a good word, just let us know, right?
Like I said earlier, it's such an exciting time, and I'm so very blessed to be able to be a part of this department and to be the chief of such a high-level fire department and our firefighters. They choose to work at the City of Lebanon Fire Department. They don't have to be here. They choose to be here and help protect our community, and I'm just very blessed to be a part of that. They make my job very easy.
And we're glad you're the fire chief, to be quite blunt with it. But we appreciate you and what all you do, and thanks for coming by, just stopping in to say hey and let me pull you in and hit record here. And You were willing to do that. Appreciate that. On a Monday, no less.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, Joe.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to episode 231 of our Love in Lebanon podcast. More episodes coming your way. Take care.